We need to remember if they wanted to, they would. If they wanted to call you back, they would. If they wanted to text you back, they would. If they wanted to see you, they would. Hey, I'm Chris Kourtakis. I'm a licensed therapist in the state of Michigan, but I work with high-achieving individuals all over the world. I work with couples and power couples all over the world as well. But, today I want to talk to you a little bit about what it means to, if they would, they would. And if they wanted to, they would. And what I mean by that is we can always say, I want them to call me back. I want them to do this. I want them to do that. But if they want to, they would. And it's pretty nuts and bolts, pretty simple when it comes down to it. So if they want to, they would. And if they wanted to call you back, they would. It just means they don't want to. Why don't they want to? Who knows? But again, you can't change them. You can't fix them. You can't expect anything else. What you can change is your reaction to what they're doing. So if you got that girlfriend that's not texting you back, then you got to figure out, are you going to sit around and hold your phone all day, or are you going to go out and actually do something to live your life? If your spouse isn't picking up around the house, if they want to, they would. But if they're not going to, then maybe it's a conversation. But if they don't, then there's got to be consequences. And what do those consequences look like? Because you're not going to change their behavior. Because if they want to, they will. And if they want to, they will do what's right for you, for the relationship or for themselves. But again, it's not up to you to change. So we got to remember, if they want to, they will. There's so many times that clients walk in and they say, I want this person to do this, or I wish my husband listened better. I wish my husband communicated better. I wish my wife had more sex. Well, guess what, guys? If they wanted to, they would. If they wanted to be more intimate with you, they would be. The question is, why aren't they be? What's missing? What's going on? What do the conversations need to look like? If your spouse wanted to build that fence out back that you've been asking for the last 2 years, they would. Why aren't they? Let's figure out why. I bet there's a great reason that you don't even know about. Maybe it's pulling the permits are too much. Maybe the foundation of digging in through clay is going to be a pain in the ass. There's just so many different things that are probably not being said that we don't even know about. But if they wanted to, they would. Guys, I got single individuals coming to me all the time, and they say, man, I wish this beautiful woman would call me. I got her number. I did this. I did that. I did everything right. And she still doesn't call me back. It's because she doesn't want to, whether it's because she's got, 3 other people lined up, or, she just maybe lost your phone number or whatever else, and she wants to, but she can't, but it is what it is. And we can't sit around all day sulking or creating excuses for it. And we got to understand, if they want to be with you, they would. Why do people want to get divorced? Because they don't want to be with you. If they wanted to, they would. Couples come in all the time and they say, well, I want a divorce. Okay, what does that look like? And then we start walking through that and they go, okay, I want to. So they will. But what if we walk through the other side of it and we talk about it and we look at it and they say, wow, I kind of want to do that. Well, then they will. And so we need to understand, as individuals, like I said earlier, we can't change anybody. But if they wanted to, they will. If they want to change, they will. If they want to be better people for you, they will. If they want to work on the relationship, they will. If they want to be better employees at work, they will. If you want to be a better spouse, you will. If you want to be a better parent, you will. And if you want to be a better kid for your parents as they get older, you will. But it's your choice. You're choosing to be a better parent. You're choosing to be a better kid for your parents. You're choosing to be a better spouse. And you got to remember that when other people, I wish they would do this and I wish they would do that. They will if they want to. Now, it doesn't mean you can't nudge them. It doesn't mean that you can't encourage them. You can't show to them. You can't just sit down and say, hey, I would just love this and this is why. But at the end of the day, you can't force them to make the decision. You can't force them to do anything that they don't want to do, because that's resentment in the end. And that's not going to work out well anyway. Does it put a Band-Aid in it now? Yes. But if they want to, they will. If they want to get off that couch and lose 30 pounds, they will. If they want to sit on the couch and eat that bag of chips, they're not going to do shit for you. So we need to understand that difference, and we need to understand our reaction to it and how we're going to deal with it. So the next time somebody does something, or I should say doesn't do something that you want them to do, you just got to sit back and say, I wish they would, but if they would, they will. but they're not going to. So what's my reaction going to be to it? What am I going to do? I talked about it in a different video, but it's setting a boundary and creating that personal boundary so that you have a safe space and what you're going to deal with and not deal with. And this is what it comes down to. If they wanted to, they will. But if your personal boundary is stop yelling at me or calling me names while we fight, and they still do it, if they want to, they will. If they want to stop, they will. But if they don't, then you need to put that boundary in place, and you need to tell them to fuck off if that's one of your boundaries. So again, guys, if they want to, they will. If they don't want to, they really don't care to change, and they don't, what that reason is none of your business, or maybe it is, and it's really not going to matter. But again, at the end of the day, if they want to, they will. Again, like and subscribe at the bottom. Love to hear the feedback and comments. Please leave it down and let me know about, if they would, they will, or do you think there's something else out there, or is there something else you've seen that works or doesn't work, or am I full of shit? Love to know more.